How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Today we're looking at some mysterious videos that'll make you question everything. But as always, before we dive into these fascinating stories, remember to hit that subscribe button for more creepy content just like this.
A spirit of Arabic origin known as the Jinn is said to take many forms. The origin of what is today known in the Western world as a genie, the Jinn predates Islam yet is mentioned throughout the Quran. Beliefs as to the exact forms jinns can take differ drastically. Jinns are often thought to be spirits. As the origin of their name can be conflated with a general term for demons, they often carry the same connotation. However, a commonly accepted belief regarding jinns is that they're neither good nor evil, and thus must be judged in the afterlife the same as humans. In fact, these theories also describe jinns as human-like creatures, faced with making the same choices as humans and proliferating in the same way. On the other hand, many describe jinns as shapeless and menacing shadows. These evil spirits can be summoned in order to perform the dark bidding of evildoers. A combination of this theory posits that jinns act as shapeshifters, taking the forms of storms, shadows, humans, and animals whenever the need arises. In folklore, jinns are often blamed for common mental illnesses, and act to take advantage of the darkness in one's heart, leading them astray. Uploaded to YouTube by user NSNiz6, this video depicts a man searching through an abandoned building in Saudi Arabia. Walking through the abandoned site, it becomes clear very quickly that something's off within the building. Eerie and empty, the old Secretariat building seems just like the place one would expect to see a series of Jinn sightings. Frequently scared by odd occurrences happening around him, it seems there's a malevolent spirit in the building following the man around. Odd banging sounds are heard until the very end of the video, when a spirit or possible jinn appears to guide the man to a specific room by opening a door for him. Saying what sounds like a prayer to drive away the jinn, the man enters the room only to be frightened by a banging box nearby. Finally making his way outside, the camera points to an open window near the top of the building. The shutters of the window appear to open and close, swinging back and forth, either by themselves or with the help of the jinn tormenting the man behind the camera. In a similar video uploaded to YouTube by user Abdullah Al-Ambari, the explorer makes his way through an abandoned building only to catch sight of a possible jinn. Making his way through the creepily abandoned building, things begin to go awry very quickly. Turning a corner when walking through to another room, the outline of a dark face peeking out from the doorway is visible. The man continues to make his way through the building, unprepared for the inevitable Jinn sightings coming his way. Stopping to admire an open window, the man reflects on the beauty of the moon. It's just then, however, that he notices something inexplicably odd. The moon has suddenly disappeared. Quickly, the man states he feels an ominous presence in the building, almost as though he's entered another realm entirely, possibly the realm of the jinn itself. Rounding the corner, it seems as though the jinn has chosen to make itself known, as a trapdoor opens in the floor nearby. On alert now, the man continues making his way through the abandoned building. Walking down a hall, the man spots a chair that moves on its own. With no one visible nearby, this almost certainly seems like the work of some sort of invisible spirit haunting the building. Attempting to drive away the jinn, the man begins a religious chant in praise of Allah. The man even goes so far as to cite the burning of jinns in the Quran. However, this may have proved to be a near fatal mistake for the man. Just as he's finished chanting, praising Allah and chastising the jinns, a piece of slate seems to fall from the balcony above.
Bismillah! Bismillah!
The camera holder falls suddenly and violently down the stairs. It seems clear the jinn present in the building didn't appreciate the man's religious words and sought to put a potentially violent end to the man's meddling. While the entire video could be a hoax, it would take a fair amount of rehearsal to pull it all off, as the entire clip is captured in one take. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are there accomplices hiding out, making the building seem haunted? Or is there a genuine jinn dwelling in this abandoned building? While the jinns encountered in the last few videos seem content to be left alone in their abandoned buildings, the jinns in this video, uploaded to YouTube by user Abu Nadir, are entirely different. It seems these jinns have instead chosen to possess a body, and they've all chosen the same one. The musician featured in this video claims he's been possessed by multiple jinns, each fighting for control of the man's singular body. Twitching violently and making guttural sounds, the man moves demonically. Stating his identity as the coveted one, the first jinn makes it clear he's the one in charge and can't leave the man's body.
What is your name?
Kabbalah. Yes, I'm the Kabbalah one. I can't leave.
Why can't you leave?
I've been sent to him.
After speaking with him for a time, another jinn comes to the surface, apparently disturbed by the holy man's chanting off camera.
وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَى مُوسَىٰ أَنْ أَلْقِ عَصَاكَ.
It seems the exorcism the man performs is at least partially successful, as he attempts to drive away each jinn one by one.
عفريت.
There's actually a series of exorcism videos available on Abu Nadir's channel. They're fascinating and well worth a watch. I'll put a link to his channel in the description box below.
Big black.
عفريت. 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 عفريت.
The jinns we've seen so far have all remained in hiding in one form or another, preferring to either stay hidden away or in possession of another's body. However, this video uploaded to YouTube by user Abdullah Wall may be one of the few actual jinn sightings captured on camera. This scary home video of a small child just happens to capture the outline of a figure flying by in the background. Nearly alien in shape, the creature flies by before one is able to take a good look. However, as the jinn is non-corporeal in shape, it seems quite possible that this could be a legitimate jinn sighting. In fact, a few commenters seem to back up this sighting with their own experiences with jinns, claiming the form looks very similar to ones they've encountered before. Unfortunately, the footage was captured on a potato cam, so it's hard to make any real assessment of the figure. The entity is indeed unusual, and for now will have to remain a mystery. Uploaded to YouTube by user Cecil123, this newscast depicts Quranic healer Sheikh Fawzi Al-Mahdi describing religious healing on air. As the holy man is chatting to the hosts, a man off camera begins to spasm and act as though he's been possessed by a jinn. People gather round the man as he begins to writhe about, moaning and yelling.
اتاكد منها الاول يا جماعه الكاميرا ده ممثل مش معلوش جن.
However, the healer is not taken in by the stunt pulled by the news network. Keeping calm and proving his legitimacy, he states over and over that the man is an actor, not possessed and merely faking his possession.
ده كذاب لا عليه جن ولا حاجه وبعدين دي يعني
Unsettled, the news anchor asks the healer how he can tell, but it's clear that he's a man of integrity who has likely seen many legitimate Jinn sightings in his time. He describes what he believes to be Jinn behaviour, and that the man is overacting and not showing signs of a real Jinn possession.
ولا نفسي يا دكتور ده بيمثل انه عليه جن.
This attention to detail is quite striking, and suggests that this holy man does indeed encounter genuine Jinn possessions regularly.
ده ممثل كذاب ده كذاب.
Uploaded to the YouTube channel See Jinns, this channel specialises in seeking out Jinn sightings. However, as with the healer on the news station, it's well worth looking past the surface in order to find the truth. The video begins with the YouTuber exploring a dark and eerie building. Several minutes into the video, the cameraman hears a strange noise. He spins around to see a man squatting by a door. The camera holder is clearly startled but decides to chase the man. He rounds the corner but finds no trace of the eerie squatting man. At this stage, it's hard to tell whether this is a blatant hoax, a real Jinn taking the form of a human, or possibly even a homeless man looking to avoid the intruding cameraman. Continuing on, a rock is thrown from an unknown direction and nearly hits the cameraman. He spins around to catch a glimpse of a face visible in the window opposite. Convinced he's being followed by either a Jinn or a man, the YouTuber continues to see a figure following him throughout the building. At one point, this figure appears in a doorway opposite to him. In an attempt to find out who or what is following him, the man continues on. Just as his attention is elsewhere, a shape is visible knocking on the window near the door in question. It quickly hides, almost as though pulling a prank. Clearly scared by the man's presence, the cameraman prays and continues on. However, when walking to an outdoor portion of the building, it becomes extremely obvious that the man in the window is just that, a man. However, Jinns have been known to take possession of men, which begs the question, was this YouTuber the victim of a prank, or was this a sinister Jinn playing a prank of its own? Near the end of the video, those who believe it might be a Jinn will be pleased to see a window that appears to open violently on its own. This time with no tricky man anywhere to be found. At the end of this strange video, you're left pondering possible explanations. The most likely is that the entire video is a hoax, and that the mysterious man is just a friend. The other, slightly more dangerous outcome could be that the man spotted in the video is homeless and squatting in the abandoned building. This would explain why he seems so intent on scaring the YouTuber away. The final and most sinister option is that the man spotted is a manifestation of a Jinn, and that the house is indeed haunted. This video, uploaded to the YouTube channel XXII-Snip3DIIXX, begins in a similar way as the fake talk show Jinn previously shown. Featuring a chic healer, the man appears to be fielding calls from the public. A woman calls in, detailing an odd occurrence in her life. However, just as she's speaking to the sheik, her speech becomes strained and she claims she's no longer able to speak.
Also, when people...
The sheik apparently takes this woman seriously and begins to recite a prayer in order to heal her.
Bismillah, Bismillah, Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah, Allahumma la sahla.
She apologizes and continues telling her story, almost as though nothing has happened.
I'm sorry about that. But when I'm doing Salatul Istikhara,
however, her story appears to be the background of her potential possession. Recounting her jinn possession, she thinks of her jinns as her penance for avoiding a court date. She believes the jinns are saving her from acting out and going to court in order to testify against a friend. She thinks she must suffer the jinns for the wrong she has done. Laughing maniacally, the woman prompts the sheikh to continue his healing efforts. The woman continues to cry out in pain as the jinns fight against the sheikh's noble healing efforts. At around the 4:10 mark, the healer attempts to clarify that a magician sent the spirit into the woman to block her from going to court.
A magician or somebody send this jinn to block you to speak or to go to court.
And it's at this point that one of the more chilling moments of the video occurs. The woman laughs and repeats the word block.
Yes, we blocked.
While it's hard to ascertain whether this talk show is legitimate or not, the sheikh's responses do appear to be genuine. This, coupled with the eerie and sinister laughs of the caller, one can't help but feel they've witnessed something paranormal. Before we get to that number one spot and take a look at a possible Jinn sighting in a town in Syria, remember to hit that subscribe button and tickle the bell icon. That way you'll be notified about all our latest scary and mysterious content. Uploaded to YouTube by user TopShotA003AH, this is one of the only sightings to have allegedly captured the jinn in its shadow form. While the man is heard making the call to prayer in a town in Syria, a shadowy figure can be seen walking in the background. At around the 8-second mark, you can see the shadowy figure glide from left to right in the background. It begins as a vague, transparent form, then takes on a more solid black shape, then once again turns transparent before disappearing altogether. Some viewers believe that this is indeed a spirit reacting to the prayer being sung aloud. Strangely, the men don't seem to notice the figure's presence. What do you think the figure is? A glitch in the camera or a genuine Jinn sighting? Love to hear your thoughts on this one in the comments section below.
Well, thanks so much for watching. If you want more scary content, check out these two links right there. Now, if you want your name scrolling along the top there, consider supporting us on our Patreon. There's a link to our campaign in the description box below. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.